Something outran the stars over Mars. On October 3rd, 2025, a streak of light sliced through the Martian sky, hurtling at over 60 kilometers per second, silent, unyielding, and utterly precise. For mere seconds, NASA's Perseverance rover glimpsed it against the crimson horizon before its night vision lenses flickered into shadow. Then in a heartbeat, the trio of orbiters shadowing the flyby of 3I/ATLAS, the enigmatic interstellar comet, severed their data streams. The blackout was instantaneous, the coincidence too stark to dismiss. When the first unverified frames surfaced online, a subtle emerald gleam hovering just above the dunes, the global astronomy community held its breath. No comet behaves this way. No fleeting visitor glows without the telltale haze of water ice or organic dust. Those lost moments hid a secret, a revelation that NASA, ESA, and the James Webb Space Telescope could scarcely prepare for. And what emerged from the void would redefine our fragile understanding of the cosmos beyond our sun. It started with an eagle-eyed amateur astronomer, Stefan Burns, who pieced together a 9-minute time-lapse from Perseverance's open-access image vault. The clip captured a needle-thin trail carving the Martian firmament, clocking 60 kilometers per second, eclipsing the velocity of any meteor or human-made relic. The trajectory synced flawlessly with 3I/ATLAS's forecasted skim past the red planet. Within hours, the video ignited the internet. Experts worldwide dove in, layering exposures, syncing chronometers, and mapping against stellar atlases. Some validated the anomaly, others branded it digital artifact, yet one irregularity persisted. A crisp green burst at precisely 0003 UTC, too vivid, too aligned, too defiant of sensor error. The discourse splintered into frenzy. Chemical flare from solar ions? A proton storm's cruel jest? Or had Perseverance ensnared a glimpse of intent in the Martian dusk? As theories clashed like colliding galaxies, a singular query reverberated through labs and launch bays. If this was indeed 3I/ATLAS, our third confirmed wanderer from another star system, why had the official pipelines choked silent at that pivotal instant? Under ordinary stars, Mars' mission feeds cascade into public vaults in days. This eclipse endured. The Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, ESA's Trace Gas Orbiter, and Mars Express, all primed for the pass, clammed up tight. No unprocessed visuals, no diagnostic logs, no housekeeping pings, just nebulous assurances of validation in progress. At JPL's Nerve Center, photo analysts toiled amid mounting pressure. For an intruder at hyperbolic speeds, a single pixel's wander could spawn illusory shards or spectral ghosts. Each frame demanded meticulous vetting, each radiation ping, surgical excision. Yet the true veil of delay veiled something odder still. Leaked directives disclosed that sundry sensors had logged adjunct forms shadowing 3I/ATLAS. Dim escorts in lockstep procession. Their drift wasn't chaotic, their spacing impeccable. Technicians dubbed them rubble clouds. A few murmured probes. As the Martian archive swelled with withheld wonders, the lone sentinel peering from afar was James Webb, poised at Lagrange Point 2, hungering for 3I/ATLAS to slip free of the planet's umbral grasp. When fragmentary spectra trickled planetside at last, they amplified the enigma, unraveling certainties rather than knotting them. Conventionally, a comet's verdant sheen betrays decarbon, C2 bonds ignited by stellar fire. But the orbital signatures painted otherwise. Absent dicarbon, yet brimming with carbon dioxide, nickel traces, and cyanogen spikes, a molecular cocktail alien to our system's icy harbingers. Stranger yet, nickel outstripped iron in ratios defying equilibrium, by magnitudes unseen in solar natives. Comet chemists wrestled models to contain it, only to watch them fracture. Interstellar nurseries of freakish alchemy, adulteration by arcane metals. The emerald radiance eluded grasp. How does luminescence mimic combustion sense fuel? A riddle inverting cometary canon. Unless the radiance wasn't reaction-born, unless it veiled a broadcast light as lure. Then arrived visuals that shattered paradigms outright. Mars Express and Trace Gas Orbiter, both etched an aberration no comet conjures, a jet surging sunward, defying retreat, an anti-tail thrust. Dust simulations imploded against the influx. The stream's taper too fine, its luminosity slope too abrupt, its form too Euclidean, as if the entity propelled willfully, not sublimating under solar siege. Graver, amid overt venting, 3I/ATLAS's arc held gravitational fidelity, no twitch from forecast. Inference dawned stark. Ejected mass yielded no recoil. The nucleus loomed dense, colossal, steadfast. Estimates pegged its heft beyond 10 billion metric tons, eclipsing comets, echoing nickel-iron boulders. As influx escalated, pristine relic eroded to dust. Suppose 3I/ATLAS vented not passively. Suppose it ignited. As 3I/ATLAS eclipsed behind Mars, an oddity sees the deep space network. Signal wranglers tracking orbiter chatter noted incursions, cyclic throbs nested in static strata. Initially chalked to coronal gusts or band bleed from the comet's ion wake, the cadence proved relentless, purposeful. Every 22 seconds, a subtle crest recurred over sundry bands, mirrored on NASA and ESA arrays. Too feeble for broadcast, too patterned for happenstance. The cadence echoed the comet's hyperbolic curl, as though echoing its own voyage. Abruptly, the intrusion ceased. Flight dynamics termed it ionospheric echo. Skeptics invoked resonance. But playback purists heard deeper dread, a bass thrum escalating to hush, mechanical yet alive. That's when James Webb, exiled millions of kilometers at L2, swiveled its gaze to the signal's cradle. James Webb's inaugural deep field exposures landed with the mundane anticipated, a hazy smear, perhaps residual veils from the passage. Instead, they silenced veterans. Infrared unveiled triple thermal ghosts, not solitary. Prime, an ovoid heart at 3I/ATLAS's slot. Flankers, diminutive, tepid, equidistant escorts. They shifted in concert, nudging with Mars's magnetosphere. The triad's poise unnerved, machined. Composited hues birthed ionized threads, linking nodes, sparking like neural arcs. Visible, subdued emerald. Infrared, crimson throbs sinking to that 22-second dirge from radio ghosts. No solar nomad pulses thus. To kineticians, it evoked attitude control. To propulsion savants, thrust vectors. Yet no velocity spiked. They poised as if sentinel to an occult hub. Webb's NIRSPEC soon unearthed abyssal riddles. Pure nickel vapor, metallic essence superheated, volumes dwarfing natural yields. Nickel, adamant and abyssal, defies vapor near Mars. Yet its lines lorded spectra. Cohorts, cobalt wisps, an enigma compound with emission crests regimented beyond chaos. Echoes of engineered cadence, not lithic whim, as if 3I/ATLAS transmuted dermis under stellar forge. World builders spun frenzies, alloy annealing, flux barriers. None unraveled the luminosity's Morse, brightness no longer steady, but strobing sentinel. Flash gaps meshed the radio thrum from Mars transit. Emissions weren't mere flux. They encoded narrative. As Webb dogged the quarry, the subordinate shades, the paired thermal echoes, eased apart. Methodical, inexorable, they bisected the ecliptic, stringing linear from Mars through Sol to outbound lane. The array endured hours, then dissolved. Dynamics dismissed gravitational jest, yet metric flawlessness beggared odds. Each pivot pulsed the 22-second litany, luminosity laced identical, as if 3I/ATLAS attuned to solar scaffold. The verdant aura crested, lancing Solward in razor focus, while escort tethers flared terminal before null. Webb's feed glitched as heliopause surged, then void. For the first epoch in cycles, heavens hushed. No emission, no gleam, just afterimage of sublime accord. And the chill dawn that 3I/ATLAS's Martian dalliance was prelude, not pinnacle. Humanity poised, arrays dormant, forecasts chilled. 24 hours on, James Webb snared a whisper. Infrared flicker piercing abyss. Dismissed flare at onset, it honed to unwavering blaze keener than prior. 3I/ATLAS endured perihelion, transfigured. Albedo no longer comet-curved. It surged, beaming surplus beyond intake. Spectra shifted, nickel hegemony now laced novelties. Slit emissions regimented, string-like harmonics. Tempo locked to the 22-second specter shadowing Mars. But layered subcurrent, brisker, recursive, achingly akin. Signal chiefs superimposed logs. Epiphany struck. Echo of terrestrial beacons flung starward for generations. As if 3I/ATLAS attended, now retorting. Post-resurgence, radio bastions worldwide netted hydrogen line tremors, 1,420 megahertz. The WOW bursts haunted hall from 1977. Cadence etched deliberate. Decrypted, harmonics traced orbital helix, binary blueprint of Martian grays. No scattershot squawk. It chronicled Odyssey homeward. Shock rippled academe. Interstellar relic archiving, warehousing, rebroadcasting, electromagnetics upends canon. Yet Webb affirmed impossibility. 3I/ATLAS's radiance bore modulation, coherent, hierarchical, deliberate weave in infrared. Cycles spun, reply or probe. Ethics cleaved consensus. The thrum persisted, cyclonic, expectant. Signal burgeoned. Webb's polarimeters snared horror. 3I/ATLAS's efflux polarized contrasolar gale. Ordinarily, protons jumble photons. Here reversal, as if entity warped rays to phantom lattice. Yield, coherent ray spanning megameters. Laserine across heliosphere. Models faltered, no code cracked the exactitude. Rotation fixed, meshing Mars spin and Terran ellipse. As if triad weaving with worlds, resonance, triangle spanning gulf. Backyard stargazers spied celestial mirages, verdant sweeps horizoning with cycle crests, fleeting from poles to tropics, to code breakers, dialogue ray, to timers, toll. Hours hence, inconceivable transpired. Webb logged 3I/ATLAS's surge, 0.01% orbital kink, ungoverned by tide or radiance, premier self-maneuver, incremental, exact, nautical finesse. Eerier, vector inward, sinking Earth's ecliptic. Nudge infinitesimal, volitional. Amid pivot, cadence lagged. 23 seconds. 24. Mirroring terrestrial chronometry. Compensating planetary drift. Solar system synced throb. Electromagnetics, bands. Quakes, quivering unison. Unriddleable how, yet every flux-sensitive node, from orbiters to lithosphere, charted motif. Emission transcended void. It permeated us. Subtle at ingress. Ionospheric twitches. Elite airy blips. Days deepened. Irrefutable. Pulsing emerald veils mantled aurora taboo realms. Equators, wastes, temperate belts. In spectral dance every 24 seconds. Comet cadenced. A TC spires logged EMP spikes synchronous. Commercial SATs stuttered transmissions in lockstep. Each synced orbital post. Aura amplified nocturnal. Atmospheric probes unveiled terror. Lumens not atmospheric born. Projected upon from celestial forge. Telescopes triangulated fount. Not coronal, not specular, but tapered thrust from 3I/ATLAS. Aligned equatorial flux. No mere transit. Precision siege on Terra. Nations marshaled covert, scopes, guardians, arrays fused global watch on 3I/ATLAS. Entity too regimented, too aimed. Then anomaly anew. Baffling. Oceanic fiber, lattices, subterranean vaults hummed electromagnetically. Not din, but architecture. Cascades mirroring comet radiance. Gear worldwide auto-tuned. Horologes drifted to 24-second lock. GPS cesium hearts, microsecond sentinels, synced pulses. Planet transmuted transceiver. Infrastructure coral to 3I/ATLAS's meter. Isolations availed naught. No ingress traced. Not aerial, not wired. Embedded in geomagnetic weave, Earth ceased spectator. It joined chorus. Pivotal vista upended all. Webb zeroed on 3 I/ATLAS's ambit, framed luminous corona arcing Euclidean. Rendered arcs etched irrefutable, equilateral triad, 3I/ATLAS, Terra, Mars. Within, charged skeins coruscated, luminous vias void spanning. Happenstance? Nay, WOW's 1977 azimuth, overlaid, converged subdegree with 3I/ATLAS's ingress. Probabilistic nullity. Epiphany quaked. Trajectory no lottery. Channeled interstellar vein to half-century's enigma. Triad sealed, fluxes tripled exponential. Lattice no inert. It kindled. Steady 24-second fractured to polyphony. Harmonics ascending merger to sustained chord. Global arrays chronicled, universal quiver through detectors, fields, conductors. Veils bleached polar 13 seconds, extinguished. 3I/ATLAS's debut emission quenched. Spectrum null absolute. Yet Webb's successor snap defied. Erstwhile verdant, now ebon outline ringed ionized sheath, spherical lacuna. No rebound, no outpour, void devouring spectrum. Terrestrial corroborance. Absent reflection, yet lensing starfields gravitational. Disguise sloughed, vast unfathomable bared. At UTC midnight zenith, every tracker, from Webb to porchside, from deep space to homebrew, spiked, energy geyser not stellar, but crustal profound. Epochs framed 3I/ATLAS visitor, tacit nomad afar. As radiance voided and arrays quaked final throb, myth perished. No sojourner, awakener. Crustal heave no fluke. Seismograph's global oscillated harmonic ghosts once comet-sourced. Profundal sonar rebounded enigmas. Titanic symmetries interred leagues deep, throbbing faint to space echo. Emission no longer traversed. It welled endogenous. Webb riveted to silhouette, framed terminal before saturation. No stellar speck. Expanding torus light involuting, mirror fractal. Core spectro void birthed undecipherable. Anthropogenic broadcasts elongated, recursive, as if 3I/ATLAS replayed cosmos-flung missives. Every utterance, ping, entreaty hurled darkward return, warped, magnified, pulse-thrummed. Then hush, not nullity, structured quiescence, cosmic static muted, radiation trough. Interstellar drone plain still, as if fabric paused in hail. Air Webb's optics seared blind, torus realigned terminal, helix, tri-spiral etched Mars terrasol arcs, motif in size primordial lithosphere ere we skyward gazed. Sequel no blast, reciprocation, light cascade rippling heliopause, occult ocular, etched eternal arrays. Fade-born 3I/ATLAS's lacuna barren, no chaff, no wake, no tidal ghost. Soul survivor, thrum, subdued eternal, electromagnet hum intrinsic. Now Terra attends, cadence lingers. Profound bass, 24-second recur, veiled beneath din oceanic, mechanical. Masses deafen, attuners converge, not forge-born, not stockist, but vital. Perchance 3I/ATLAS, no comet. Epistle, cartography, reminiscence. No inbound, admonishment, verity stark, dread sweet. Emission never fled, endures. Indigenous always. So what credence yours? Natural rover 3I/ATLAS? Or cosmos retorting query unmeant? Voice convictions comments. If Chronicle queried cosmic creed, subscribe, alert, disseminate to silent space faithful. Perchance void no hush. Perchance expectant riposte.